Hi, this is Michelle Blood, and here we are talking about enlightenment again, eternity, the bliss, the ecstasy. Now, for those of you who read my book that I co-wrote with Bob Proctor called Become a Magnet to Money, Through the Sea of Unlimited Consciousness, for those who got to the end of the book and got to level 5 and you read about all the different enlightenment. Now, what I'm going to discuss is impossible to relay in words. It is impossible. It's a mystery. However, I'm going to do my best for those of you who are really, really interested. Okay, so there's enlightenment. That first level of enlightenment where, you know, you're fully liberated, but you're enlightened. It's like you're a new baby, you're new to the world. Your Kundalini from the bottom of your Sushumna, your spine, has awakened completely. It's gone through that third chakra, the third chakra, I'm out of it today, in the light. It's gone through that last chakra here. Some people call it the 9th chakra, some people call it the 7th chakra. I don't care what you call it. I call it the 9th chakra, but anyway. You've gone through that into the light. You've had so many spiritual experiences. You've meditated for that long and for that hard. Perhaps you've had an enlightened teacher like I did who has sent Shakti to you, that divine energy, to help you awaken your own energy. And you become enlightened. And then there are some very rare beings who have been enlightened. You know, maybe this is your first time of enlightenment. There are those very rare beings who have been enlightened so many times in so many lives, and we can call them bodhisattvas. They have chosen every time to come back to this planet to bring light to the world again. So their enlightenment comes pretty quickly. But then they meditate so hard and they've already had all that enlightenment, they become what's called a Mahasiddha. Jesus the Christ was a Mahasiddha. Great beings, really, it's just such high consciousness. Like Sri Ramakrishna, the beautiful Sri Ramakrishna, was what we call an avatar. He was not born before. He was God incarnated in a person with no karma. But even he still had to go through all of those levels before he became a Vadrabuddha. He was enlightened at a very young age. Then he went into Mahasiddha and to Avatar until he was completely God conscious, completely God conscious. Every one of his main disciples became Mahasiddhas, because when you have a Vadrabuddha or Avatar, whatever you choose to call a being who's never been born before, actually Vadrabuddhas can have been born before, but an Avatar has not been born before they're on this planet at this time. Many people there's 2 different Babajis that people speak about. Well, actually there's a third one as well, but the Babajis that you all know that have got that long red, black hair, beautiful features. There's 2 different Babajis. One that they say, was born 4,000 years ago, one that was born 800 years ago, and they say that there's another one that I gazed this beautiful picture of someone who had this great, this is beyond an avatar, really. Even though they call him an avatar, like an avatar can be a person in the body or that's in such a high dimension that they live forever. This particular Babaji promised that he would not leave this planet until every sentient being was liberated, was free. That's an avatar. Sri Ramakrishna was a Vadrabuddha, but actually an avatar because he was never born before and didn't have to be reborn. It was, as he said, there's a time on the planet when, particularly in India at the time, he said, when everyone's going off on these different tangents and they're meditating but not really, they're going off to this, to Mother Kali, to this, to that, to all these different gods, out of superstition, not out of longing for God, but just out of superstition. And he said it was time. God said, that's enough. I have to come down on the earth and awaken these people again to the truth. Sri Ramakrishna proved it by studying and doing everything from Catholicism. He definitely said he saw Jesus Christ and he would speak to him. Because Mahasiddhas, the consciousness can appear at any time after they've left the body. And he did every religion, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, Catholicism, Hinduism, all of these different Sikh types, all these different beings who were awake, a lot of them would come and teach him, and he would say, okay, I'll try that, I'll do it. And within a day, he experienced that light that you get from that particular practice because he was already awakened. So this is just a video for those who are really, really interested. And I think just talking about great enlightened beings, like Yogananda was a Mahasiddha, great enlightened being. Jesus Christ, Mahasiddha. Beautiful enlightened beings. Saint Teresa of Avila, enlightened and then Mahasiddha, you know, going into those higher levels. My teacher, on the way to being a Mahasiddha for sure, if she's not already. And if you can focus on these enlightened beings, true enlightenment, that's such a high level. It's taken them thousands of years to come, thousands of lifetimes to become that. Just talking about it, this room's filled with light. My teacher's teacher was a Mahasiddha. Yogananda, Sri Ramakrishna, their teachers. Oh, the wonderful, wonderful Swami Muktananda, Saint Teresa of Avila, Jesus the Christ. I mean, many of the women disciples of Jesus and some of the males became enlightened. One of them became a Mahasiddha as well after he had left the body and went on with the teachings. I mean, it's so beautiful just to focus on these beings who've been through so much just to bring the light again to this planet so we don't go into darkness. So focus on the light. Awaken that Kundalini. Pray to God, that God within you, the eternal within you is always there. You are immortal consciousness. Focus on the light, focus on the good. And if you'd like to study the path to enlightenment even more, you really feel the pull to that, you simply have to go to mysticalsuccessclub.com and apply to be a member of something that is the path to enlightenment. God bless you greatly. Thanks for watching. May all sentient beings be free.